Hey, everybody. I got up bright and early this morning to go on a hike. And it occurs to me every time I come out that hiking really is just walking up a hill, looking around for a while, and then going back home. And I'm okay with that because look at this. Beautiful. Today we're here. Oh. So I am on top of the Snohomish Chief, which is a large granite rock formation that exists for the sole purpose of me planting my tush and making videos. Why else would it be here? Now, I've been up here probably about 40 times at this point. I love coming up here. It's a relatively quick grind and the views are like impeccable. Just a fantastic effort to view ratio. So I like to come up here, take in the sunrise. And the reason I'm up here today specifically is because I am chasing something. Yes. Now my foot's wet. Sick. So a few years ago, I was living down in the little village there. And I knew that I wanted to come up for a hike. I didn't have any expectations. I wasn't monitoring the weather or anything aside from if it was raining. So I grabbed my hiking gear and I put my camera in my bag. Again, no expectations. It wasn't a particularly meaningful morning for photography. I really just wanted to get out for a hike, hopefully catch a nice sunrise and enjoy myself out in nature, as I like to do. Well, gosh golly, was I ever treated to one of the nicest scenes I've ever laid my eyes on. It looked like this. It genuinely one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen, with the low cloud being sandwiched between the high cloud, the sunbeams coming through. It was gorgeous. I probably stood up there for a good hour just snapping photos. I couldn't look away. And that feeling was so powerful. And I think I've been chasing that high ever since. And so fast forward to today. Why am I here? Where am I? I woke up at 5:30, drove for an hour, hiked for an hour, got my camera set up, walked around, took B-roll like an idiot, all in the hopes of chasing a beautiful landscape. Was it worth it? So the sun is in optimal position right now. I can see it just hitting the tops of the mountains and coming through the valley behind me. So I'm gonna go take some photos. I'll check back in. Let's go. Being near the edge make anyone else nervous? I mean, it makes sense, you don't want to fall, but like some people just dangle their legs over this and I'm like, it couldn't be me. Could not be me. I only brought one camera today, so you're gonna have to pretend that this is a shot of me taking photos. Studio jump scare. So this brings me to the wonderful conundrum that is landscape photography, or photography in general, I guess, for that matter. It seems to be about these little moments, and as much as I look back and I remember these photos from 5 years ago, I remember the moments surrounding them so much more. I remember how icy the rock was, how quiet it felt, and the feeling of being above the clouds on the mountain for one of the first times in my whole life. And it was something that felt really special to me, and I think that's part of what makes these photos so beautiful in my mind. You might think they're bad, and that's fine. It's art, so no worries. But it really was about the journey. And the other side of that is that I may not get to capture something exactly like this ever again. But coming back up here isn't about capturing the same thing. It's about the possibility of finding something new and enjoying the time it took to get there, because behind every adventure is the promise of potential of another beautiful moment to capture. And that is super addictive. You know, that's why we do it, right? And of course, not every hike leads to amazement. A ton of my adventures have been rainy, socked in messes, and it always reminds me that if you appreciate the journey, then it's always worth it. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. If you like these dumb platitudes, please subscribe, like the video. I'll see you next time. Bye.